Dower is an inchoate legal right. What that means is it's not complete, it's not vested. Okay? And in Ohio, what Dower will do is it will give a future interest to a spouse who is not on title. So if the husband owns the home and the wife is not on the title, she will have a dower interest that is automatic from the moment you were married. Okay? Automatically attaches. So if you owned the property before, you got married later, it's going to attach. If you were already married when you buy the property, it gets recorded, the deed's recorded, dower attaches. It is automatic. You can't get rid of it. When you go to sell the property, that dower interest must be released. And the spouse releases it by signing on the deed and joining in. Part of the reason for this is we're trying to avoid fraud and abuse for individuals. You know, financial abuse is a form of domestic abuse. So if somebody is controlling all the money, they're keeping all the assets and all the property away from the other individual. This is forcing them to at least be more transparent. Everybody knows this person has to come in and sign. Um, it does go back 2 times because we are in an older state where women weren't allowed to own property. And part of it was if the husband died, what would happen to the family is they'd often get evicted or kicked out of the property. So it gave them a place to live for the rest of their lives without even having to pay rent at some times. So with that in mind, where it was coming from, we do have to get it released on mortgages because if we let people live free without having to pay rent, they're never going to pay the mortgage, and the mortgage lender is never going to give you the loan. Mm-hmm. So it is required on mortgages, it's required on deeds, and just if you think, hey, I can quit claim it and I can get rid of it, and then I won't have to deal with it later. When that quit claim gets recorded, it's a new recording, and dower attaches. So even though you're getting rid of it, it will attach immediately, and you'll be back in the same spot. Mm-hmm. And which makes it a vicious cycle. Mm-hmm. So unless we get rid of it at closing appropriately, it will be attached to the property. The statute of limitations, if you will, on a dower issue is 50 years. That's a long time.
Wow, that's a very long time. I think that's the longest statute of limitations I've heard right? As of yet.
Right.
It's attached to the Ohio title standard, so I'd say statute of limitations per se, just as people will be more familiar with the term.
Right.
But as far as we're going to consider it a title issue, it's 50 years.